Welcome to part 46 of Tales of the Abyss.
And we're worried about Tyr, apparently.
Well, Luke is, because apparently... Well, in the last episode we went through the passage ring of Shuri Hill, which... these dungeons are so dull.
I'm slightly out of breath. That's basically what it is. Like, I'm slightly out of breath. You need water? Shut up.
And I still need to... I think this is the last episode I have recorded for us at the moment, unfortunately. Oh no, we have one more.
Nope.
But I'm
I just
running
thought
low
that was
on
funny.
parts I'm running low on parts for us to commentate on. And as of this point, and as of this recording, Luigi is still further ahead of me.
I'm actually further ahead of you now.
Yeah, by a lot. You're like a whole dungeon and a half ahead of me now in terms of plot.
I think I'm actually halfway through the game now.
You probably are, which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we are getting close to near halfway point of this game, I would say. I think the halfway point of the game is after we do all the passage rings.
Nah.
I think. Again, it's been a while since I played this game, so I don't remember exactly where everything is. And don't go by the anime's logic, because while the anime is very faithful to this game, it is still very trimmed down.
Is it now?
It's not trimmed. It's not like Dragon Ball Kai versions of abridged, but they do cut things out in order to make things go a little faster, because I mean, it's an anime. You can't be spending an hour on one thing.
So basically, when there's like three Sephiroths, there's only... They say that like there's three Sephiroth trees, there's gonna be only one in the anime.
Oh, well, they talk about the Sephiroth trees, but I think they only show like the more plot important Sephiroth trees, like when something major happens. Like this first one, they might show this first one only because it's the first one.
Yeah.
But then they might.
I
If I remember correctly, they skip ahead to like the next main plot point.
No, I'm guessing they just skip ahead to the final one.
Probably, because really,
They all look the same.
like I said for this game, if you get for people that remember part 46, for people that remember part 45, pretty much every Sephiroth dungeon plays out like Shuri Hill does. So, yeah, if you don't like tedious, boring dungeons, I apologize.
And now we have to go up
Yes, they
to the black hole.
Yeah, they don't specifically say how you can get back up, which can be kind of frustrating. But if you check the synopsis, they explain where you need to go to get back up.
I think they actually explained how to get back up when you first fell down here with this thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about now. Like, they don't really, like, they said where you're supposed to go, but if you don't remember how to get back up, it can be kind of confusing.
How would you not know how to get back up this time?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a later part of the game where it gets kind of confusing as to which way to go. But really, there's only two places you can go in the cliff wall.
Alright,
Technically,
there you go, you're getting there.
yeah.
Go right.
Technically three,
Go right.
But,
go right. Thank you.
I'm going right.
You're about to bypass it completely.
No, I was going towards Yulia City, and then I realized, oh wait, I have to turn right.
No, I think you have a drinking problem.
No, what it is I'm trying to line up the cursor on the mini-map, which can be kind of frustrating to do sometimes.
Oh wait, this is the one where they introduced that.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
I think I think they mentioned that if you just go back to where you fell in the first place, you can just warp back up.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Right now, though, I think you can do... there's nothing more you can do down here yet.
Nope.
But now that you've done the first Sephiroth, there's a couple of different side quests you can do. One of which we started way back at the beginning of the game, which is very important. You really want to do this.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I haven't actually gotten to that point in recording yet, but it's coming up, and I'm definitely going to do
Wink,
it.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Luigi knows what I'm talking about because he already did it.
Oh, does it help so wonderfully? Oh, wait. I remember what's coming up.
Yeah. Now we have scene.
Probably one of the worst scenes in the entire game because it looks awful.
Yeah, especially for PS2. Like, the ship is fine, but
This is what
Zoid's generic soldier model just ew.
Zoids watches this and just face palms.
Like I said, at least the ship looks nice, but like these, and like the animation quality is good, but
As soon as you get up close, then it's like, ugh, what? Ugh.
well, like those didn't look too bad.
Then it gets up close, it's like, ugh.
This is what's horrible.
It's like a first grader's art class.
I know, it's like it's like I'm watching Star Fox, like Super Nintendo
why?
Star Fox. It's nothing but a cluster of polygons.
You can blow up Andross.
And I mean, I'm not knocking. Like, it's nothing against the game. It's just one cutscene, but man, it's like
You can, if you look closely, you can,
it's like they forgot they needed to put a cutscene here and just threw it together in 5 minutes.
if you look closely, you can actually see the green screen.
No, that's just the grass.
No, seriously, it's like if you look closely, you can see where the cell actually collides with the background.
And like I would say, like even when they show like the inside of the Tartarus, the guy piloting the inside of the Tartarus looks just as bad. They all look like they're made of cardboard.
Oh,
I apologize if it sounds like I'm insulting the game. It's not
Excuse me,
intended.
do you know how to get to town?
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
through the power of magic.
God damn.
I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
It's so. It's good. It's fine.
Yeah, we're above the Rubicon Plains.
That's basically how it started.
Kermit, monster. Why is Kermit racist?
What my brother was trying to accomplish.
It's just it was a random skit in Family Guy. That's all it was. It had nothing to do with
I
it.
know.
Eradicate the people of the Outer Lands.
It's Seth MacFarlane at his
From the
best.
report about the war in the Rubnica Plains.
You know how to get to town? Yeah, it's back the way you came.
Oh, jeez. So apparently this is all Van's master plan. It's to cause a war between Kimlaska and Malkuth to make sure the score happens.
Looks at Mose.
Well, Mose is doing it because Mose is a jerk.
Concerned about Engave as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just made stuff up and be like, haha, the war started anyway.
Well, it's weird because it's like Van despises the score, yet he wants the score to go on the path that it's set on.
Well, I think it's mainly because he just wants people distracted so he doesn't get anybody on his tail while he's doing stuff.
True. That or he's just like, okay, fine, I'm gonna let the war happen so that all these idiots can die off, and then I can make my replicas, and then the score gets thrown off.
I don't need soldiers. I can make replicas of soldiers.
Well, we already know that's his plan because we were with Ash when we found that out.
It's like, yo,
That was like 10 parts ago.
yo, dog, heard you like soldiers, so I made a replica of your soldiers so you can have soldiers fighting soldiers.
No, dog, I heard you like fighting Malkuth, so I made Malkuth soldiers for you to fight while you fight Malkuth soldiers fighting Malkuth soldiers.
The only difference is they're green. So obviously they're stronger.
I get worried when I'm not watching.
Anyways, at this point, we have a split path we can take.
Let's get to work.
Make sure to bring Tyr because you need a healer.
I like how she quotes that. It's like I'm worried if I'm not around you. It's like, oh gee, thanks.
Again, this is at the point where the game does not try to. This is at the point where the game goes full throttle.
It's like, oh gee, thanks.
Luke X Tier, Luke X Tier. You will love it, whether you want to or not.
I think they just ship them just because you're going to be needing a healer anyway. Like,
That
screw
and no, it's more because like the only other female character in this game is Annis, and they're not gonna tread that territory.
Yeah, that would be going into lolly territory, and that's not fun.
Even Japan has standards. Also, I love that.
Well, they just drop them off and like, oh, bye.
No, the fact that the character models are twice the size of the goddamn town.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time.
I know, but like you would think they would downscale the models to, be to scale. But it's like for some reason they tower over in Gave. It's like, okay. It's like in Gave is 1/16 the size of its actual of the actual city.
It gets invaded by poisonous mushrooms. So everybody shrank because of it.
Also, because of the stuff that's going on, inflation happened. Massive inflation. Jesus Christ.
Inflation up the butt.
Seriously, like $300 for chicken. Chicken in real life doesn't cost $300.
That maybe he's a freaking good chicken.
It better be. Like, what, are you buying out all of KFC?
KFC is worth more than $300. Well, I guess you could argue that gold could be the equivalent of $3.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, 1 gold is 1 penny, so it's like $300 for 1 piece of chicken.
No, it's like I think what they're going at by is like 1 gold equals $1.
Yeah.
You said 1 penny.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I meant.
And chicken costs more than $3. So it's still pretty.
Well, now it's $300. Anyway, Rose, are you okay?
Who cares?
Colonel, is it true that the front line is moving north?
Maybe.
I think the defenses will hold a bit longer, but this village is in extreme danger.
Maybe. Shifty
What
eyes.
should we do?
Well, for now, get the hell out of here.
Can't evacuate to Grand Copeland. They've already
What
activated
should
the
what should we
catalyst
do? Get
defenses.
packing.
Yes,
Peony, you
Copeland
jerk.
was a fortress during wartime.
Yeah, we already know about this.
Regardless, this continent is in danger. Think they could run all the way to Macedonia?
Also, I'm surprised they remembered
Yes,
that
they
Rose
will hold a
existed.
strong
Usually
influence
characters
there.
like this you
It should
only
be
see
safe to
once or
try to find
twice,
them nearby.
and then you never see them again.
They won't be important by the time you
To
get
take
to the next
entire
town.
population aboard
Well,
the
that's what
Alpha.
I'm saying. Usually, like, one-off characters like Rose, you only see maybe once or twice.
Though having them cross the battlefield on foot is no safer.
Like, for an example, like, in Symphonia 1,
Could you
How
take
often do
just
you
the
actually go
children
back
and the
to,
elderly on that what's it called?
dang it, why am I
How
drawing a
often do
blank?
you go back
Us
to
will
try
stay
it?
here and surrender to the
No,
King's
well, not try. How often do you go back to Azalea in that game?
You'll still be in danger
Couple
of the
times,
land
really.
falling.
Like, requirements.
Twice actually.
Falling.
So it's like, okay, you got the
Lead by
mayor,
Saint Bina
and you see
Ixerius?
him twice, and then you never see him again. Rose is kind of like that, except she's not a jerk and racist.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
Then we'll run to Macedonia on foot. At least the bridge has been repaired.
That's kind of a long run, Rose, not gonna lie.
Let's leave the Albior to Noel, so we can escort those who are walking.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Have it just be like, why can't it just be a clown
let's
car?
do that. But I think we will need more than just us.
Or why don't we get the Tartarus and put everyone on the Tartarus?
Well,
I'll
the
speak
Tartarus
with
is
the
kind of
engaged
out of
standing
commission.
forces.
Remember?
Oh, that's right, it crashed. No.
It didn't crash. They just used parts from it that made it not be able to work anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Also, welcome to one of the more frustrating mini-games, quote-unquote, of this game. It's not
She
really a
finishes transporting
mini-game,
them
but
earlier than expected.
it
She'll return
kind of
here,
acts like one.
Though I wouldn't get my hopes up.
Yeah. There's no telling
I'll
how
get
many trips
I'll
you'll
get
have
into
to
more of
make.
that when we actually start working with it.
And I have a fun,
Also, this part of
I have a fun,
Oh, sorry,
I
go
have a
ahead.
funny story to share with this when we get to it.
Also, I really do.
Yeah.
Also, for
Anyway,
what it's
let's
worth,
just make sure
this
that
part is
everyone knows
probably
that
my
they're
favorite
safe.
part of the game, only because of the character development for Luke. If you didn't think Luke deserved to be the main character of this game yet, by now he deserves it.
Yeah, I kind of defaulted anyway, so.
Well, I mean, he at least acts like he at least acts the part now.
Why'd they go and start fighting? What do you think?
Well, to be fair, they didn't think that this would happen so soon. Even Jade's like, oh crap, I probably should have watched Mose a little closer.
The next time I see Mose, he will die.
Yeah, at this point, everyone on your team wants Mose dead.
Except for Tyr.
And they have every right to want him dead right now.
No, it's like everybody wants him dead, except Tyr.
No, even Tyr knows how much of a dick he is now. Like, she used to blindly follow him and think that Van was the only real threat. Now she realizes, oh crap, he's just as bad, if not worse than Van right now.
Oh, that's not enough a gun.
Like, great.
Great, they're good.
Who would have thought religion would be a plot point in this game? Shifty eyes.
Well, there goes my 401k.
Well, it's like, great. Well, great. Catholics are evil again. Thanks, Catholics are evil again. Thanks,
Yeah,
Namco.
thanks. Yeah, thanks, Capcom. You didn't do anything to this game to make Catholics evil.
I didn't mean to say Capcom. I had C on the mind when I said Catholic. And I have nothing against Catholics. I'm just saying.
Remember,
But I know I brought this up too many
remember,
times.
if Catholics are evil in a Tales game, blame Capcom.
I wasn't blaming Capcom. I wasn't intending to sound like I was blaming Capcom.
I'm not gonna let that go.
I know. Anyways, also be mindful that you only have 3 people on your team right now.
Oh, like that makes a difference.
They
Comparing
do
to
take
what you're.
this- they do take that into account.
No, I'm just
where
saying
you don't-
compared to what you're going to be going up against here in a second. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they take into account that you have that you have 2 less people on your that you have 1 less person on your team. So the enemies are stronger, but you don't fight as many at once, so it's not broken.
I think at one point, I think you actually do fight 4 at once, but I think they're all mages and 1 sword guy.
Yeah. So you shouldn't ever lose. Okay. Here's the thing that's annoying about this part. If you want to get every so we have to walk from Ingave all the way to Cassidonia.
With cutscenes.
It doesn't sound too bad.
With cutscenes in between.
And that doesn't seem too bad if you're not worrying about trying to go for 100%.
If you are, have fun
So
with that.
what you have to do is you have to avoid all these soldiers. If you fight even one of them, then any of the citizens you're escorting will start getting injured and dying. And if any of them get injured or die, then you miss out on a lot of good items.
It's like Oregon Trail all over again.
Basically, it is Oregon Trail, except you don't have to worry about micromanaging your food. Thank God.
Rose died from cancer. How do you even get cancer at this time of the century?
Well, actually, it would have been more like the plague, because that's what usually kills off people in Oregon Trail.
Villager 1 had to fix a wheel and died. God dang it. He drowned in the very small lake. I remember when I had to... Oh. Marco Polo.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what his name was based off of.
This is Marco. This is Polo.
No, that just sounds like something Toriyama would do.
No. Here's a better one. Marco, I'm Malku's side. Polo, I'm Kim Mosca's side.
Dang. Also, speaking of Toriyama, I feel dumb because because while I was looking up stuff for Battle of Gods, they had like a list of character names, and then there's like these 2 guys named Avo and Kado from this one random movie. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I see what you did there, and I feel stupid for not noticing that pun right away.
So Marco died from protecting Fawn Master Ion.
Unfortunately.
I kind of want to look back on that and wonder where everybody else was. Because there was nobody in sight from what I could tell. Okay.
He died off-screen, apparently.
Oh yes, the classic off-screen death. Gosh forbid.
That or it was just one of the random no-name soldiers that just happened to have a name now.
Let's see. Marco, Jose, Jalapeno.
This is also really good character development for Tyr, because this is the point where she starts questioning her devotion to the score. And also starts wondering if what Van was saying is actually right. I like how they do that. Tyr starts realizing, oh crap, maybe I was a jerk the entire time and Luke was kind of right about me. Because now people are dying because of the score and there's no way I can stop it.
I have a wishbone.
If only Dragon Balls existed in this game.
By the way, you can't save during this point.
No, you can't. But it's not very hard. It's a strict... If you remember how to get to Chesedonia, it really doesn't take very long at all.
No, the other one the one that takes very long is the second part.
Yes, and we will get to that.
And boy, do I have things to say about that one.
Fun fact, I had to re-record that scene probably 3 times. So, this is my successful attempt.
That's it. It took me 5 times.
It's really hard.
In fact,
if you're not caring about 100%, then this is extremely easy. You just run, and if you run into guys, who cares?
yeah, but I wanted that good stuff.
I know. And the stuff you get is really good, so you definitely want to take the time to do it. And actually, the next part that the next group that has to do this, I don't think that doesn't happen until the next part, because like hell, I was gonna do this all in one sitting.
I lost everything, except for that guy. I say guy, not cat.
Oh, I thought you said cat.
Yes, I have a cat named Garfield. He eats all my food.
And by food, I mean all my lasagna. That's all he eats.
That cat. He also hates Mondays. Every time it's a Monday, I always find him in the toilet.
Who doesn't hate Monday?
Apparently Mario.
Yeah,
Or,
I guess.
Actually, I take that back. M. Bison doesn't hate Monday.
No, his favorite day of the week is Tuesday.
That's right. That's right. His favorite day of the week is Tuesday. I keep forgetting that. Aha! Fan service!
Hooray!
Not on screen, but what we were talking about.
Basically, Jade stopped Luke from being an idiot. He was going to apologize for what happened to Xarius, and Jade's just like, nope. Wait until after we save them before you do that. We don't want people hating you on the walk over to... And we don't want people hating you on the walk over to Chesedonia now. Also, yeah, this is the... Right now is when the game is going to start trolling you with this, because there can be times where the second you take a step off of that bridge, a soldier spawns right in front of you and there's nothing you can do.
How many of these...
Trust me, I have seen that happen to me too many times. And that's not counting this recording. It happened to me the first time I played this, which is why I'm just like, screw it! First time I played this, I just did not give a fuck, and just ran.
Thanks for yesterday. What?
That was the woman that had
I know, that was being funny.
injured her ankle.
I know, it was being funny.
So. Hey, I thought you twisted your ankle.
I
Right.
Twist my ankle.
Like, thanks, Homer. Now I can get going. Wait a minute, I thought you twisted your ankle. Oh, right. See, the thing about that is... Dang you, Mark Hamill.
I twisted my ankle.
You do not remember the quote that I mentioned, do you?
No, unfortunately.
That was the episode when Homer becomes a bodyguard because Mark Hamill was going to get swarmed by a huge mob of fans, or quote unquote nerds, for Star Wars, and it pissed Homer off, so he started kicking the crap out of all of them to save Mark Hamill.
See you in hell, Candy Boy.
Candy Boy!
Candy Boy. That's what it was. That's what that one. I remember that quote.
Yeah, that's what that was.
See
Actually, I don't remember if that was the same episode, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
See you in hell, Candy Boys. I remember when I answered that into the Splatoon highlights. And then
I gotta rewatch that now. Yeah, see, right now is when Tyr realized, okay, don't believe in the score right now. Because the score is gonna tell you that you're supposed to die. Do you want to die right now? I thought so.
then listen. And listen good.
I do have to give them props, though, Namco, for making the score extremely eerie. Having a religion that just tells you, oh, you're supposed to die now, whether you want to or not. Like, that's scary.
It reminds me of Future Diary, in all honesty.
I've never actually seen that.
It's not an anime. That's why.
Well, I mean, I've never seen it in general.
Future Diary is about a kid who gets his future predicted on his cell phone. And one day, the future predicted that he dies on that specific day by a murderer who's killing students. So he tries everything he can to avert his death. But all it does is just change his death to be even more gruesome than it should be.
Anyways, once you get across that bridge, you don't have to worry about not getting into any fights.
Also, these monsters are dicks. At least at this point in the game.
They're not that difficult, really. They're slightly beefed up versions of the same monsters we fought the last time we were
Tell
here.
that to the Storm Tortoise.
Well, that's certain enemies are stronger than others, of course, but like these birds can cast
These birds can cast turbulence if they feel like it.
Yes, they can, and that will wreck you.
And again,
turbulence will do at least 1,000 damage to you at this point.
again, if they feel like it, because they every time I fight them, they never use it. And why are you using?
One of them's about to use it.
What are you using Guardian Field for? That's never hurt them.
I think I'm using Guardian Field to try and get.
You got lucky.
I didn't think that would count either, because technically I wasn't inside the field at the time.
Also, it didn't jack.
Well, these guys are wind-based, so using a wind-based art isn't going to do much damage. I didn't realize I was standing in a wind field of phone on when I used it. That's why it surprised me.
I just thought that was funny.
Yay, Guardian Frost. There we go.
Yay.
That was useful.
It
got rid of one of them.
That was useful. It did jack.
No, it got rid of one of the birds. The biggest downside is that Guardian Frost doesn't heal you when you use it.
Yay.
Yay, Fairy Circle.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the thing.
I can't remember. I think that's a water field to phone on for Healing Circle, but don't quote me on that. Oh, no, it's wind.
Yeah, it's considered wind. And you're about to run out of TP.
I am.
Why won't... I don't understand. I stab this... I don't understand. I stab the bird, but it doesn't die.
I'm also using the wrong art, because I shouldn't be using Fangblade anymore. Sure, Lightning Tiger Blade is fun and all, but...
Well, don't you know, Fangblade Havoc is where it's at.
Or Rending Fangblade if you have that.
Or Rending Thrust into Fangblade Havoc.
No, instead of using Fangblade Havoc, you should have Rending Fangblade, because that's better in every way. Sure, it's a little more expensive, but you get 4 hits instead of 3.
But I have Rending Thrust.
Well, Rending Fangblade goes into Rending Thrust into Fangblade Havoc.
There's the jerk monster. I hate that Storm Tortoise. Even in my current state, he does over 200 damage to me.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah. I feel your pain.
Hey, at least turbulence. At least any arcane spell makes him flop over.
Yeah, and you can also stun lock them pretty easily.
Sort of.
Also, at this point, you should be able to get Mystic Arts really fast.
You have no reason to not have Mystic Arts at this point.
No, I mean, you should be able to cast them. You should be able to fill up your overlimit gauge fast enough now that it shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, we got 3 really good items. We got an Hourglass, which I'm probably never going to use. And an Ether Slash, which is a very good sword. Although, unfortunately, you can't actually equip it yet, because we're going to switch right over to Guy right after this scene.
Don't you mean attack guy? Okay. Vladimir will get you nowhere, you dweeb.
I love that line.
I was kind of expecting to say dweeb. I don't know why. I don't know why, that just sounds like a very Jadish thing he'd say.
Yeah, I just finished watching Battle of Gods with my brother, and now I'm imagining, like, every time Jade talks, it just kind of reminds me of Beerus.
Ion, you run like a girl.
Princess Natalia, you're alive.
Just Jade's super chill attitude when he's just talking just kind of reminds me of Beerus.
All your troops back at once.
He's just like,
My deepest
whatever.
apologies.
Oh, you want to
I
fight me?
lack that authority.
Fine, whatever.
Lieutenant General Almondine is in command of this operation.
Every time I hear Almondine, I keep thinking of marbles for some reason. I don't know why.
Then take us to him.
Almondine?
I don't know why. It has nothing to do with marbles.
He's headed to Cassidonia.
Is there a character in Marvel that has a
No,
similar name?
marbles. M-A-R-B-L-E-S. Marbles.
Cassidonia?
Oh, sorry.
Commander, lead the battle
I thought you said
in the
Marvel.
war.
Never mind.
I get command from here.
We need recognition from the Order that this operation is justified retribution.
So this is the game's way of splitting our party up to both go to the same
He went
location
there for the
anyway.
proceedings.
And this is also
we
why
split up to
this is also why my joke is relevant.
That's for Ion to decide.
Yes.
What is making you
Also,
seriously mad?
Annis is super pissed right
I
now.
would punch him in his
It's merely
face.
a formality,
No, I'm just gonna punch him in the face.
but I expected this might happen. Perhaps I should have stayed
I'll just
in
take
Dahl.
Tokunaga and step on him with him.
If you'd done that, they'd have used you to open the Sephiroth seals. But you
Duh.
Yeah, because I have no willpower to just say no.
It's like, duh.
Are you saying Malkuth has a weapon that can do that?
Are you even listening to what we're talking?
No, that's not what it is, but it's
It's like,
dangerous.
are you even listening to me right
I
now?
don't really understand.
Well,
but
like,
unfortunately
when
I
you
got
say
to
fall,
pull
in
the
terms of
teeth
war,
out.
it's like, what, are we gonna get invaded? No, I mean, it's literally gonna fall.
You know, like a rock falling off a hill.
Well, to be fair, like,
Traveling by sea is dangerous.
how would you react if someone were to come up to you and just say, by the way, your town is just gonna fall into the earth any second now?
I should be asking, what do I do?
Well, my
Understood.
first response would be, what the hell are you talking about? And then when they explain it, they go, okay, then I'd go, okay, what do we do?
Basically.
I'm keeping my troops waiting. I
It's like, what,
apologize, Your
earthquake?
Highness, but I must
Sort
go.
of.
That earthquake?
Inform the authorities
oh, it's
that
worse.
I
Kind of,
report your
only
presence.
10 times worse.
Please
Kind of,
await
except
their
you fall.
Be careful.
Like, imagine if this town were built on quicksand.
yes.
Oh! Oh, crap.
No, it's like, imagine if this land was run by Hollywood quicksand. Oh
Let's
crap.
go to Macedonia by land.
Ooh. But
If we're
wouldn't
going to
throwing money at it
Macedonia,
save
I
it?
suppose that's the only way.
Money only helps in certain ways.
It's too dangerous. I can't let you do that.
Can't let you
Can't
do
let
that,
you do that,
Ion.
phone master. God damn it.
I can't let you do that,
Once he
Ion.
learns we're alive.
No, I just imagine the God Generals coming in. Can't let you do that, Ion. Just start quoting Star Wolf.
Why not? At this point,
I know better
at
than
this
to
point,
try to
Mose
stop
may
you.
as well
I'll
be
go
Star
too.
Wolf. He just shows up when he's least
But be
least
careful,
wanted.
No,
Die
at this
defeats
point,
the
Moses
entire
Andros.
I'm
He
sorry.
did,
No, that would make him a considerable threat.
at this point, Moses Andros, he does nothing until you actually get to him. Star Wolf just does.
No, that would be Van. Because Van has done nothing since Xeriath exploded.
All I did was say a few words, and then everybody wants to kill each other.
Anyways, in the next video, more of the same, except this time we're Guy. So now we have to walk all the way to... Now we gotta walk to Cassidonia from here. And it's a lot more annoying.
Yeah, save your game here.
Yep.
So how do we get to
So I have
How do we get to Chestonia from here? Yeah, back the way you came.
pretty much. So be sure to save because this is going to be harder than getting. This is going to be a lot harder than Luke's version. You'll see you guys in part 47 when I actually do that.
Can't let you do that.
Can't let you do that, guy. Who said that?
Which guy? That guy or me as guy?
How many guys do we got in this game anyway?
Yes.